and we do a weekly little bit of a meeting for 15 minutes, and then we do a guided meditation. And I'm just gonna say hello to nobody just yet, but hello to all those on the way in. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday, and I hope you're able to keep your energy and your light bright and shiny. And I hope that we're all able to know that we are part of the healing, all right? We're part of the healing. So tonight is our Grassroots of Democracy meeting. For 2.5 years, we met 3 times a week on Zoom, and we really did the grunt work. And then right around the time of the election, we kind of changed gears, and we are only meeting on Thursday nights now. Not because we're less enthusiastic, but just because the energy has shifted. So this is a really important night for the meditation that we're about to do. I can't think of a more important time. There's been many important times for us to be meditating together, but this is where the rubber hits the road. So we're being fed a constant stream of disinformation, slanted information, and a whole lot of gaslighting. And the gaslighting is about getting Americans, successfully or unsuccessfully, the gaslighting is about getting Americans to actually accept what they've tossed out in front of us. And we really just have to be in a place of creating a vibrational frequency where the light is stronger than the darkness and the evil that they're wanting to thrust upon us. So I'm just being vague. I'm not going to get very specific. This is not a psychic reading. It's not a PNN. It's a time of coming together in solidarity as virtual community and acknowledging that we have the power to not let this country fall. We know that Joe Biden is a very spiritual man. We know that he prays every single day. Joe Biden goes to church every single day. Kamala Harris is also a very religious, spiritual person. I'm sure she prays every day. We're all praying every day or intending or meditating or all of the above. We're in a battle between evil and good. And the more our thoughts are geared towards the miracles and the good that can occur, because miracles occur all the time, the more we can put our thoughts in that direction. I don't care what religion you were brought up in. We're talking about energy. I urge you to go to the last 2 Thursday night meetings. It always begins at the 15-minute mark. The guided meditation portion begins at the 15-minute mark. I've designed it that way, so at exactly the 15-minute mark tonight, it's just cue it up to 15 minutes when you watch it on replay. We do a guided meditation. We visualize white light. We visualize a correction to this situation, which is wrong, which is corrupt, which is illegitimate, which is heinous. And we remind ourselves that the real true America is an America where millions and millions and millions of people are normal and sane. And that includes you and I. Most people are normal and sane, okay? We saw that with Kamala Harris. What MAGA is attempting to do, because they're working for Vladimir Putin, and what MAGA is attempting to do is hand the United States of America over to Russia. That's what they're doing. That's what they're in the process of attempting to accomplish, if you call that an accomplishment. During the Harris-Walz campaigns, we saw an uprising of the American public like we have never seen before. That many people coming together, that excited to get beyond this epic in history where we truly had to fight evil. And when we fight, we win has not gone away. When we fight, we win has not gone away. We don't just give up. We're going to keep fighting, but we're going to do a lot of energy work. Okay? And that's what we do here every Thursday night. I did not watch Joe Biden's speech last night, but I heard that it was amazing. I'm just really engaging all of my mental energy into what country I want to live in and what kind of world I want to live in. They're all connected. So if anyone has anything positive to put in the chat, go ahead and put positive thoughts in the chat. We can always use them. They always do work. And once again, this meeting is for 30 minutes, and we are just kind of chatting, which kind of gives people an opportunity to see that we're here. Please share the meditation. I've mentioned before, but I think it's worth mentioning again, that energy works for the good or the evil. So if the evil knows that if they can get enough people to think fearful thoughts and to imagine catastrophic things, the evil forces know that that has a lot of power. So they want you in fear. And once they have you in fear, they have you. Love is the most powerful force in the universe, absolutely. Wherever you can lift the vibration, wherever you can make somebody smile, wherever you can do a kind deed, and we have opportunities all the time, that feeds the light. And I just want to mention that it's abhorrent, but they mean to be abhorrent, that Greg Abbott and MAGA Mike Johnson, these are evil people. They cannot stand that a person that we're commemorating this month with Jimmy Carter, with, you know, the tradition, the 70-year tradition of keeping the flag at half-mast for a president who has passed away. They want to say, forget about kindness. They want to say, forget about caring and compassion. They want to say, forget about love. They want to throw it in our faces that the hatred wins. They want to throw in our faces that democracy is a terrible idea. They want to throw it in our faces. They want to highlight how horrible they are. And they're proud of it, because evil is proud of being able to destroy things. And I did hear that Biden's speech was wonderful, and I'm really, 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 really happy that it was inspiring. How can they be so evil and profess to be Christian? It's in the Bible. If you're a Bible reader, if you've read anything in the Bible, you might have come across this: beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. You know, in the New Testament, Christ said, beware of the false, like fake people that are faking it. I forget how he put it. I'm not doing church of spirituality at the moment, but it's all connected. I want us to really just think about the energy of the Kamala Harris campaign. I want us all to think about how determined we were and still are, but of course we've been deflated. I want us to be in the reality of what MAGA is attempting to do is, they're not even pretending, is to not acknowledge anything that represents democracy. What MAGA is attempting to do is say, it doesn't matter that, you know, if Trump rigged the election with Elon and Putin, it doesn't matter. We don't care. We're just going to install him anyway. They're making it very clear that they're not going to have anything to do with democracy. That's the message that they're sending. So between them showing us, like for instance, Justice Alito, who doesn't even deserve to be called that on the Supreme Court, hanging the American flag upside down to just put on display for everyone, he's anti-democracy. So they're putting it in everybody's faces on purpose. They're putting on full display. We're not what they're really trying to shove down everybody's throat is we're not democracy. That's what they're attempting to do, is to send the message out to everyone, we're not democracy. And with their decision that they've made, and we're not going to talk about what's going to happen on January 19th and January 20th. This isn't what we're doing tonight. But when they say we're going to put the flag at full on all the way up the flagpole, even though we've decided as a collective democracy that we want them at half staff because of the passing of Jimmy Carter, what they're saying is we're not for respect. We're not for humanity. We're not for dignity. We're not for acknowledging that kindness is a wonderful thing. Because to them, kindness is inconvenient. And they want to steal. They want to steal everything they possibly can from the American people. And I'm gonna tell you this before we get into the meditation. I mentioned that I was channeling John F. Kennedy a little bit, and John F. Kennedy, and it's in my noggin, and I can't get it out of my head. I was sort of conversing with his spirit, and I heard about the Cuban Missile Crisis. The difference between the crisis that America was in then and the crisis that America is in as we are seated here together today is that more people were praying during the Cuban Missile Crisis. And I just want to say before we get into the meditation at exactly 15 minutes, it's tragic how many people aren't coming together and using the power of intention and prayer during this time. It's tragic. And we need to turn that around, and we need to turn it around quickly. And it's really important that we get out of spectator mode. It's really important that we all get out of spectator mode. It's really important. I'm not giving you a lecture. I'm just telling you the way the energy works. It's really important that we acknowledge and recognize the power of our thoughts and the power of our prayers and the power of our intention, and make it top priority, not bottom of the list. There are more people that will show up for a psychic broadcast, exponentially more, than a broadcast about let's do something, okay? We really, 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 really have to be in that place. So I want to thank you for being here. We have 2 minutes before we go into a guided meditation. You can talk amongst yourselves, and let's do this. And afterwards, you can share it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just get a little bit of background just for a timer. Okay, so are we all good? Do you have any questions before we start? You have a minute and a half. All good? Yeah, more people were into religion during John F. Kennedy's time. Yes, that's true. But it doesn't necessarily have to be religion. It just has to be being prayerful and coming together in that energy. Okay. Okay, so we have just about my chair is really creaky. It's all good because we're together. And we don't need the majority. We just need a certain critical mass of people doing this energy work. All good. Okay, great. Make sure you're in a comfortable place. We have 30 seconds before we start. Okay, and less than 30 seconds now. Make sure make sure your cats aren't going to disturb you, your dogs, your kids. Make sure no one's going to disturb you for 15 minutes. We can do this. And people will see if they jump on late that I have my eyes closed and we're meditating. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get into the meditation. Close your eyes. Take a long, slow, deep inhalation. Hold the breath. And a longer exhalation. And allow your body to relax. Give your body permission to relax. Another long breath in and hold it. And a longer breath out. Give your body permission to relax. It's okay to relax and be peaceful. Another long breath in and hold it, and a longer exhalation. Relaxed and centered. Now bring your mind, bring your attention to any place in your body where you feel you're holding on knots and tension. Bring your focus to that place, and by focusing on it, you allow it to relax. Let's do another long breath in and hold it, relaxing those tense places in your body, and a longer exhalation. And imagine now that the room that you're in is filled with light. Just imagine, without judging your imagining, without deciding that you're doing it right or wrong. Just imagine light filling the room that you are in. And feel that light swirling around you. Feel that light being able to permeate into your being, into your body. You become one with this light. You're dissolving into the light. You feel a part of this light. It's filling the room. This brilliant light. And imagine now that you are a projector of light, that you're able to project light into the building that you're in. And the more you intend with your mind to project it outward, the brighter the light that's in your presence becomes. The more you intend to send it out with your mind, the brighter it becomes. Feel yourself being bathed by this beautiful, very, very intense, bright light. And now imagine in your mind's eye, picture Kamala Harris. Picture Joe Biden standing together side by side facing you. And notice that they have light around them already. See them as who they are, two people who have been chosen to lead this country through this time of darkness. See them standing together side by side, and imagine this light-filled room that you're in, and the light being that you are able to project outward from your third eye, or wherever you feel like that light can project from. The third eye is a good place. Send light around Joe Biden. Send light around Kamala Harris. They're leading this country right now. And imagine that they are protected and safe. And imagine that they're surrounded by angels and guided by angels. And also see that they're very aware that this is the case. And now imagine Biden and Harris in a meeting together discussing what's happening on the world stage. And into the room enter military generals and commanders that are in charge of our military entering into the room, and they're in a room together. And now project that light into this particular room. You don't have to know which room it is or where it is in our government buildings. But you see them together in a room, and you notice the presence of angels, and you have a sense that this meeting that they're in is extremely important. It's critical. And the entire room is filled with light, and you notice the presence of the outlines of angels. And you're very, very aware that in this meeting with our military, the highest ranking officials and other officials that aren't technically in the military come into the room and are filling the room. All those that are in charge of our national security and our military fill the room. It's a big room. They enter in and they're all filling this room. And you have an awareness as you're seeing this in your mind's eye that these people that are leading our country and keeping us safe and communicating with NATO and other world leaders, particularly NATO, are divinely guided. See those who are keeping our country safe, each and every one of them surrounded by a shield of very, very powerful light. Feel angels in the room as they discuss what to do about the evil that's infiltrated the United States from our enemy, our most long-standing enemy. And now they are coming up with solutions. Feel them, see them resolute, decisive, and on their way now as they adjourn the meeting. You have a sense of certainty and assuredness in the room, of clarity. They know exactly what to do. They have the best possible plan to fight the evil and to save our democracy from the harm that's been done and to save this country from attacks. And now allow that vision to fade and imagine the entirety of the United States of America imbued with light, dissolving the darkness, and imagine any events moving forward that threaten this country. Any plans that threaten our democracy, and any plans for evil to enter into our sacred people's White House is stopped for the good of all, for the highest good of the world, for the highest good of humanity. We declare the person who is right to lead this country into a bright, beautiful future as Kamala Harris. We see it done. We release all doubts. we release all dark thoughts, we release our fears, and we commit right now to no longer engage in any kind of fearful listening or any kind of fearful discussion. We are protected by a shield of light. We do not let the lies in. We do not sign up for the disinformation. We stay in prayer. We stay in meditation. We stay in centeredness. And we are guided by the angels to continue to generate more light, to focus on the light. And we know that that heals our nation no matter what is going on. It's in effect. It's on a time release from this point forward, and we expect to see miracles for the world. We see American democracy intact and strong, and the evil dissolved, completely disempowered. And only great love and great light is present. Take your time. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, or you can stay in meditation. I'm going to close this session, and we'll see you again soon.